Sorry, just making sure that it's working. Okay. I need to pop this up and this up. Okay. Alright. Let's just do plenty of money, metrics are high, managers are top tier. Well, I'm starting it brand new, so I'm just gonna put easy. Early morning, March 29, 2092, Core City, former American territory. I will say right off the bat with this game that I can't alt tab every single time I launch. I'll try to alt tab again, and the game bugs out. Okay. CEO of the Virtual Dreams is unlikely. For someone fresh off the transport city, I think the Third and Fourth World Wars was left Tampa and Miami knotted together into a serpentine metropolis that would henceforth be known by another name. In the perfect place to build an enterprise, countless niches remain unfilled, and the administrative chaos could be used to cover up any shady operations. The previous CEO of our corporation couldn't handle the task, hardly surprising that the city is tearing itself apart with its internal strife. After just a few days here, the new cycle is already predictable. Something bombed, something stolen, vultures circling a mid-tier corporate carcass. Right. There's, okay. Vultures, the coven of the syndicate, are coalitions of major corporations that divided most former states between themselves, but not Core City. This kind of reminds me of Plague Inc. The Coven are the cold-hearted heirs of the old corporations that ruled the world before the Great Divide. The Syndicate, a band of young upstarts, unafraid and act brazenly in the open. Sooner or later, the tensions between the Coven and the Syndicate in Core City will boil over, and when they do, our corporation will be caught right in the blast radius. Our company creates virtual worlds and shapes the lives of hundreds and thousands of people. By some miracle, Virtual Dreams has maintained its independence with industry major players. Thousands of employees work in Virtual Dreams, developers and researchers from R&D specialists in digital and physical security, HR and marketing experts, a whole army of financiers in a complex organism. Damn, there's a lot of reading. Let's hope the previous CEO brings me up to speed, especially since I'll have to deal with the company's catastrophic losses. The old CEO is skipping town with a nasty smirk. Hold on, let me drink something. I wasn't expecting to talk this much. The old CEO is skipping town with a nasty smirk as he bails from the sinking ship, but let's hope the rest of the staff are Virtual Dreams are more competent than he was. Hello, fellow victim. I don't waste your time. Jonah's bringing up to speed. I'm passing you the reins. Okay. Got it. The tries to dispense wise counsel, yet he's the one to blame for the company's current state. Perhaps we should better off heeding his advisor, Joanna. Just remember, the Coven and the Syndicate will want to eat you alive. And I'm glad I won't be the one who has to choose which one gets to do it. Oh. Naturally, all the problems are mine to solve, and when things go south, I'll be the only one they throw to the wolves. Okay. Oh. Hello, and welcome to Virtual Dreams. My name is Joanna, and I'm your personal assistant, and I'll help you navigate through the corporate management system. Virtual Dreams is managed using the HIM, the holographic interface for top management. Let's go over the main features. Our corporate is divided to 5 departments: R&D, marketing, finance, and HR and security. Let's move on to the R&D department. Alright. Oh my god, there's too many fucking buttons. There's too many buttons. The main tool for managing the company is initiatives. Each department has its own. Configured separately, open the Fighting Hackers initiative. Got it. Oh, Jesus Christ, so much. Initiatives affect metrics for varying degrees. The scales show the strength and direction, upward and downward, of the initial impact and the department's metrics. While initiative is disabled, arrows pointing left decreases or right increases are displayed instead of the scale. Now let's enable the initiative. Click next. Okay. You can change this initiative value by moving the slider. Initiative is currently disabled. Enable it by moving the slider to the right and clicking Apply. Using initiative requires action points. Points are replenished every turn. Initiative consumes the budget for one turn. Okay, so how much do you want me to be? Oh, that's my... Okay, apply. Initiative affects the company metrics. Let's take a look how this works. Click on the metric development default. Oh my god, my brain is too stupid for this. Metrics have number value and cannot fall below 1 or exceed 100. This value... Oh, well, this is shit. Technical debt, corporate secrets. I see. Exclusive world development. The symbol next to the value shows metric has changed compared to the previous turn, and whether it's decreased, increased, or remains the same. Hashtag 065994. Metrics can influence other standard metrics within the department, as well as key performance indicators, KPI. The strength of a metric's influence depends on its value. The influence can either be negative or positive. If an indicator receives more influence than it can handle, this excessive influence will spread to all indicators, which is linked. Okay. Technical. Okay. Dude, this game is so loud. Same metrics are negative. Their names are marked with X. Negative metrics differ from standard ones in that they will have negative impact. Oh my god. This is too much information. Impact on KPI. In other words, the higher the negative metric is, the more they reduce the KPI. Okay, so content exclusivity is red. If you have a cursor of any indicator, you'll see the associated indicators initiative highlighted. If this select indicator affects another, the element inside the indicator affects the highlighted. If the indicator affects the selected one, the elements around the indicator are highlighted. Okay, hover your mouse over the metrics. You'll quickly understand how the relationship between the display there will change. Stop your initiative. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Oh, this one. Technical debt. I don't know. This one. Fighting hackers. Technical debt. Okay, so we have debt. I don't understand this. I mean, this is better than before. I don't. We have too much debt is the problem. Yes, you have unread state effects. No. Unread state effects. Oh, right. Fuck. I mean, shoot. Oh, this one. Training evacuations. Ooh. I don't. Information links. Apply. I feel like I made it worse, not better. I don't really understand this. I'm gonna be really honest. Information leaks. This one. Press effort to read a. I don't know. I don't know if I made it better or worse. I feel like physical gaps. I don't. This is actually very difficult. Holy crap. Setting up expenses. I'm trying to figure this out. So much reading, I know. Uh, whoever was here last time really effed it up. Like, um, okay. No coffee was delivered this week, but we're somehow managing to conceal the situation. Marketing team. Our budget is shrinking. Profit growing. Okay. Hub stability. The key performance indicators cannot directly influence by initiative. They are only affected by standard metrics to their corresponding department. Calculated efficiency of how metrics work is. Okay, the numerical value of the key performance indicators is compared to grade and effectiveness rating that KPI. There are 5 grades: A, best; B, C, E, worst. Range between. Okay. The KPI grade. Please navigate. Okay. Okay, so each. Unfortunately, the previous year left no guidance regarding KPI weights, so determining which one is your. Oh my god. This is the easy one. Just like, my brain. But there's more. While managing a corporation, unexpected events will constantly rise. The CEO will need to be decision emergency, blah, 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 blah. Each event considers. Okay, we'll be able to close. Okay. The number of events in each department is shown next to the icon via the yellow report. You cannot end the picture. Okay, indication events. So basically, a rich person left me their company and it's not doing too hot. It's from what I'm getting at. From what I'm guessing is that I just got handed this company and I'm supposed to be managing the expenses, the profit, the income, the budget. Oh, he left me a headache, I guess. Sounds about right. This sounds like corporate. In addition to events that panel displays states are modifiers applied to the department, which certain conditions. Okay. Important. Monitor the state section in each department carefully. Some states can be predicted before they get active. Okay. Alright, so we did okay here. Okay. Dedicated servers. Okay, so workplace hostility. Staff turnover. Smart office maintenance. Okay. Comfort is a very important thing, especially when you don't hire office managers, baristas, or cleaners to achieve it. Let the office itself arrange the pens, make the letters. Why would first let it simply convenient. Second, allows lower salaries. Third, it creates the impression of high-tech corporation, which never fails to upgrade to emerge. Okay. Staff turnover. Okay, so okay, got it. Let's go back some. Okay. Okay, corporate soullessness. Team scale. Outsourcing. Apply. Only useless junk is outsourced. Okay. Corporate soullessness. I don't know if I could really change that. Like, it's corporate. Poaching competitors and employees. Digital what? I don't know. I'm trying, but I don't really understand is the problem. Okay. Oh, information security. Okay, information leaks. Okay, crypto technology. Guys to read the reports. Okay. Okay. information leaks. Okay. Corporate team of hunters. Okay. Right, so basically I got to fill in the blanks of the ones that they don't have. Okay, so... security... let's see. Corporate reputation. Okay. Neuromarketing. Okay, let's do some marketing, some advertising. This doesn't really give that much, so let's not touch that one. Okay, got it. Alright, social. Okay. Corporate soullessness. Personal life monitoring. Okay, public and social media. Oh, this just gives me, it just goes up higher, so let's apply. Yeah, that one we need. Yeah. Do it. Can we don't have this. Okay. Right. Can that's it, right? I don't think I could do any more. Why won't let me keep going? I can't touch anything else. Okay. I don't know how to keep going. Minimum action points. Okay. No, I don't. I want to keep going. What about? Oh, an employee from the R&D department came to your office to demonstrate a special. An employee from the R&D department came to your office to demonstrate a special system for hiring managers and working with AP. When you asked him about this mysterious AP, he scratched the back of his head and said, well, actually, it's about the amount of the free time managers have, like how many tasks they can manage to compile in the department. Based on the workload, to be honest, the previous company, he spent insane money to the system, so really hope it'd be useful community for. And what about the amount of this AP? Why are they called in? The employee smiled. Well, the name, actually, have you played old games, turn-based ones where they actually have resource spent on performing actions, so we thought they'd be cool to translate and really get it. As for the generation, it's quite simple. It's primarily depends on the manager's experience. The higher it is, the more points, but the management loyalty is also important in our calculation for when loyalty acts as a multiplier. And loyalty management, I pay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so loyalty, got it. Okay, is that it? Budget increased, okay. Well, alright. Is that it? Oh, got it. So I gotta talk to these people as well. As soon as you enter the office in the morning, Joanna informed you a representative from the Coven wanted to get in touch. You agreed to an official video call. On screen appeared a woman with an arrogant demeanor. Any signs of aging were hidden by genetic and cybernetic modifications. Her entire posture, demeanor, radar condescending, bless you, towards your entire corporation, and you personally as well. She began. Since we haven't been introduced, my name is Michelle Lafarge, blah blah blah. I am official representation of Ontario Med, though most prefer to call us, she feigned a wince, the Coven. Oh, so they don't like that name. An overly theatrical nickname, if you ask my opinion. A long exchange of pleasantries, Lafarge, I don't know. Got to the point. Let me explain why I initiated this contact. You are not from the core city, and you do not fill a gas position the Coven holds here. Well, our conglomerate. Oh God. Let me take another sip of water. It's kind of awkward now. You could. My reading skills out loud, not the greatest. Of corporations, the most influential player in most aspects of the city life. Don't believe anyone who tries to tell you otherwise. We have comprehensive capabilities. I feel like you're just using big words to make me feel stupid because you're this hotshot. For a corporation with all major city media outlets, independent investigated, blah blah blah, pharmaceutical laboratories, we are a powerful organization and thus gladly assist those who further our goals and vice versa. I believe we can count on mutual. God, this sounds like something I've actually heard in real life with someone just trying to make me feel small. Like, you know, I can say big words, and so therefore I am big smart, and you are very stupid kind of attitude. I believe we can count on our mutual benefit corporation with virtual dreams. Michelle concluded her monologue with a strained smile. Yeah, her voice carried. Say that the coming can give no definitive answer. State the corporation doesn't understand. I will give no answer. I feel like, yeah, let's try not to take sides in the start. In response to Michelle, blah, 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 quite ambiguous question, you delivered an impressive chart about how you value a strategic partnership and strive to build long-term business connections. Even the most seasoned university professor would have struggled to find a grain of meaning in your speech. Through your monologue, Michelle's expression remained utterly unchanged, as if she'd been 3D printed. I see, thank you very much, she said. Sorry at the energy, flashed smile and said goodbye and hung up. That was something. Joanna raised her eyebrow at surprise. I think the company hasn't yet figured out how to relate you to us. Maybe that's fast. Yeah, when it comes to like rich, smart, hoity-toity people, it's better to just act like neutral, in my opinion. Alright, the syndicate. You are working late in your office, sorting through documents left by your predecessor just as you were about to turn off your HIHM. A call came in telling them about Crimson Syndicate. You're rarely open to communication. Staring back for the screen, a very heavily cybernetic modified man with graying temples, wrinkled clothes, and a scar-crusted face who looked like a retired hunter. Without letting you utter a greeting, he started speaking. Yeah, greetings. I'm short on time. You probably are too. Let's not dawdle. Name's Gregory Crane. I'm the syndicate special representative of Core City. Gregory's voice was so smoke-ravaged it sounded like a man breathed nothing but cigarette tar. Don't know if... Wait, hold on. Sorry. Don't know if those Coven bastards have already contacted you or not. Anyways, a newbie in the corporate swamp like you needs to understand two things. We control everything that matters to me, from guns to drugs to a fucking laundry detergent. Second, don't cross us. Your corporation deals in virtual worlds, and that often intersects largest friend. We're always ready to help our allies protect themselves from the Coven or other ill-wishers and destroy our enemies. Quickly, so understood. Answer evasively, trying not to provoke. Yeah. You started mumbling something incoherent due to playing with a part of an indecisive corporate function with the second regret look like you with a crease of fear as you finally interrupted. Right, let's not waste your time. You heard me, and I heard you too, I guess. Well, whatever you meant. Know this, you shouldn't cross the end of transmission. The next morning, Joanna commented on your account this call. I'm not sure that was a great idea. This is gonna value straightforwardness, but I must admit you acted cautiously. That's valuable. Believe me, I know. I assisted in the previous studio. He was antonium of the word caution. I just don't think it's smart to really be making opinions right now. End turn. Great weather day and something good. Our budget is shrinking. Profit is shrinking. Have a productive week. Start turn. Today we'll discuss management. Well, in our company revolves around the CEO, but they can't run the company alone. Please open the top management. Okay. Oh, each department has its own leader, a top manager. Click on one of the priorities. Okay, got it. Former leader of Australian Peace, MC, Fire Strike, retired after sustaining a sharpened wound during a firefight with the Raiders. A master established security frames, eluded further by his unquestioned authorities among any enforcement. Okay. The key attributes of every top manager: experience and loyalty. Experience amplification naturally over time and improves departmental management efficiently. Loyalty increases events and determines action points. Each senior manager approves. Okay, got it. Experience or loyalty grows. Top managers may experience more demanding. Sometimes they only switch to higher place. In this section, you could browse. Okay, got it. If your top manager generates more action points than you currently need, for instance, you don't wish to adjust anyone now, you could sell the rank API by collecting this button. Ah, okay. The board of directors will hold election after 20 turns to decide whether to keep you in the position or not. Open the director's screen. Profiles. Got it. Okay. Hi, Mal Mal. The board of directors will hold an election After 24 turns, decide whether to keep you in a position of CEO or not. The open director screen will... Okay. A native of North American wastelands, the owner of a corporation that worked closely with the Coven, specializing in the cleaning up of biological contamination from the abandoned lands of the former America. Not much can be said about him because it seems like no one really knows him personally. How are you doing, Malmo? Rumor has it that he originally grew up in a raider community and had no qualms about launching brutal raids to small villages. Oof, okay. Got it. After the factions, the Coven and the Syndicate continue their struggle for power in the Corsair. For now, the conflict remains hidden, but it's entirely possible one day we'll have to take a side. That's all I want to share regarding the operation. Good luck in you fulfilling your duties. Okay, got it. Alright. Alright, so... Okay. Okay. Alright, let's read all this stuff. The heiress of a super rich dynasty. His resident was responsibly crushed on her shoulders at a tender age. She's barely managing all the new duties and is trying to ensure the corporations are under her control turn to profit and nothing more. For her, the clash between Coven and Syndicate are nothing more than newts that keeps on getting in the way. Okay. Beneath his chill demeanor lies this guy's kingpin uniting whole swarm of drugs. Okay, so he's the Syndicate. Many of them call it Elder, but he's a survivor from the Central African tribe that made through the Third and Fourth Wars. He's a backbone of prosperity for hundreds of communities in Africa. Okay, so, alright. She holds major stake in Asian media corporations and now looking for a break to form Americans. She's the kind of person who's representing super Caesar, not many are brave to cross paths with her. Okay, got it. I'm doing okay. Just got back from work. Got my coffee and Persona 3. But I'm doing okay. We played the game prior to this, so this is the second game. We were actually, this is the third game. The second game wouldn't go on OBS, so I had to do a help ticket on Keymailer because it just wasn't working at all. So yeah, this is the third game. So this game was actually a game that I was probably gonna play tomorrow, but yeah, that didn't happen. An interesting project. One of our top managers complained employees from his department were regularly leaving their workstation and going on with their excursion to the neighborhood department. They were putting an experimental method for virtual worlds, some particular immersive music, and unique realistic plants. People return inspired but distracted, and the manager's performance metrics are dropping. He demanded an official ban on movement between departments during work hours. Let's run their tours during lunch if they're so curious. Ban leaving the department during work hours. Hold a meeting about transfers between. I think the meeting makes the most sense. Why should they make personally such? I don't think I should ban. I think I should hold a meeting. The meeting was marvelously successful. Everyone listened attentively, nodded, agreed that efficiency should be sacrificed. Even the most interesting project, truth be told, it all sounded like empty words. Most certainly didn't believe anything useful could come out of it, and there's exactly what happened. Everything stayed the same, but the mere fact that you let the people have a say, smooth things over. Now before going to another department, employees at least send a message to their manager. He still grumbles, but admits you at least tried. Well, I gained loyalty. So... fruitless expenditures, savings. That's... Okay, counting, port transparency. What's this? Should I probably should go this way, right? Let's see. Ooh, this one. Well, it goes under savings, but... Oh, 2 independent developers from your outskirts of Core City have been trying to get a presentation to you for almost a month. Finally today, you and all top managers gathered to hear them out. The young guys enthusiastic a holographic projection of a unique system for modifying virtual worlds. Truly unique. No other interface allows such flexibility. The developers proposed temporarily hiring them and buying the exclusive rights to the technology. The price is small, but the potential benefit. Let's buy it. Negotiations were tough as developers were fully aware of their system uniqueness. After 3 hours of corporate persuasions, we settled an acceptable price, and then they agreed. The gamble paid off. The technology was integrated within a week. However, and we soon started receiving reports of increased. However, the information security is raising alarms. It seems computer spyware was embedded in the system. Oh crap. Okay. On the outskirts of former Tampa, both the Covenant Syndicate needs to capture the same object, the abandoned research laboratory, and the now defunded. Naturally, the factions don't want to engage in open cover, so each of them wants you to personally guard to secure the. I don't want to interfere. Factions and companies on a half-hourly attempts to negotiate, and then someone's destroyed the laboratory with a controlled explosion. No one claimed responsibility, but it's clear to everyone that neither side wants to concede. Ah, damn it. Well, shit. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah. Let's do that. Firewall integrity. Shit. Okay. Employee searches. Firewall integrity. Okay. Enter. Oh, no. What do I have? What I have not read? I did that one. Oh. Okay. I feel like I read everything, did I not? Action points. Do I have to change anything? I don't think I have to change anything. I guess it's because I have so much action points. Alright, I'm still trying to figure out this game. Oh, okay. Let's see. Replace hostility. Okay. Yeah. This game's a bit confusing. Nope. I guess we could do some VR stuff. My brain is too small. Yeah, it's a mood. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. Can we not? Okay. Emilio, blah blah blah, that's all, just regards over to decay paid line. Our budget is shrinking, profit is shrinking. Okay. The olive branch. When you return from another coffee break, a call was showing on your HIHM. The caller was identifying as CEO Digital Landscapes. You've seen this name many times. Your closest competitors, the Second Corporation in Core City, dealing in virtual worlds. You press accept, and a man appears on screen, young, relaxed, entirely benevolent. Expression is casual appearance, felt like a breath of fresh air out of the aloof and passive-aggressive corporation colleagues. Good afternoon, he said, in a voice perfectly suited for an audiobook narrator. My name is Dane. I'm not even gonna bother. I think the account name given me away. I'm the CEO of Digital Landscape Corporation. Yes, we are competitors. Personally, for example, I'm tired of the endless corporate wars. Everyone is constantly scheming, hiring hunters, hackers, and so on. In my opinion, extremely tedious and only breeds hatred. It must buy financial losses. So my pro is not let's be enemies, but instead agree on some kind of collaboration. For example, we could create a promo section of your most popular world with our most popular world, and you do the same merrily. I don't know. I feel like this is suspicious. I sincerely believe our users will have unsold kidneys left to donate to both of the ecosystems. Finishing, he laughed good naturally, and then reached his hand towards the screen as to shake yours. Okay, Chef, he chuckled again. I don't know. He seems sus. What do you guys think? Yes or no? Also, let me fiddle with my model for a second. He just seems really sus. Like, who are you to like, I don't know. He just seems hella sus. What are you guys' opinion on that thought process? Sorry, I don't know how far behind are you guys. He's basically saying we could do like some sort of like equal, I don't know, but it also helps us at the same time, so it's kind of like, I don't know. That one's oof. So if I take the deal, then I probably benefit from it, but he's saying that like people like sell their kidneys and stuff for this information and whatnot. I don't know. Half of me wants to say yes because it would help me profitable wise, but morality wise, I just feel like he might screw me over. I guess if that makes sense. I'm gonna put proposes developing joint programs that will allow both virtual streams and digital landscape to earn. There's no need to fragment the audience, and you're not currently inclined towards any collaborations. I would say this is screw morality. Okay, I'll agree then. You're going to start working on a plan to join it, and then both of you task marketing teams developing two different systems. A two-way referral system where users of your worlds get discounts in digital landscape world advisor and a structure, blah blah blah. Within a week, the structure implemented and started generating profit. The public reacted very favorably to your initiative, almost echoing, and everyone is tired of the endless corporate. However, your information security department is tearing its hair out. Developing of the joint systems required sharing significant portions of source code. Ooh, okay. So I gotta fiddle with my security now. Got it. My security guy is like probably like, what the heck? Hold on. Conflict due to rudeness. Manager 1, financing, and then marketing. Okay, so financing round. Whenever your most loyal and efficient managers overstep during a cock break in a conference with a colleague, the topic was relative of the other person who died in a recent shootout between Okay, the manager spoke harshly, saying he walked right to the line of fire cell. Everyone knew it was dangerous to go over there. A deadly silence fell in the room. Both of you looked at you, demanding an apology. The other insists he only spoke truth. Oh. I'm gonna have to publicly condemn the yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Predictably, the manager was offended, visibly perked up. He didn't make a scene, but now he straightens up slightly whenever you appear, and his face brightens. The other one had to swallow outwardly, still smiles, but barely. Okay. The tact feud between them hasn't disappeared, however, its clear boundaries and your position is obvious. Well, alright, let me see. So financing. Well, I mean, that is effed up to say. Can't I just change my finance manager then? I think that was an option. Okay, virtual deals. Joanna caught up with you in the hallway as you were heading out to the meeting and to another. She looked worried with a nervous smirk. She activated a hologram interference displaying incoming data. You'll never guess we suddenly have a problem with, your assistant said, not giving you any time to guess, and continued. With two of our dear friends at Covenant, it seems like... Hold on. Oh, two of our dear friends. Good. It seems that it might be in a corner. first time we're seriously come to a hard place, the crisis we're in. In many of the more games-oriented proper worlds, users trade items, sometimes paying with real money. Santa wants to facilitate semi-official deals with stimulants and weapons in this world, providing instant encryption software, blah blah blah. The way Florida Legacy and the Covenant for Medical companies will need to able to blah blah blah. This company is to agreement to negotiate this. Okay, what? So the Covenant contacted us with the ops request. The pharmaceutical company sells a profit due to shadow deals and drug markets. The Covenant is aware of the syndicate's plans. They're both fucked up. There's no place for crime dealings in your world. Yeah, no. Since the offer was not public, not much does actually change for your worlds. They could operate. Basically, they wanted one to do pharmaceutical stuff and the other one to sell drugs, like, and weapons using my stuff. They were disappointed by your performance principles. Syndicate response was immediate. Just 2 hours after the very good announced, shipment of spare parts, food, and medicine were purchased from the planes and traveling through the wastelands of former America. Unknown, blah 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 blah. Okay, basically. All right. Well, whatever. I got all that stuff decreased because they were upset that I wouldn't do that. Got it. I think I'm gonna get rid of my finance. I'm gonna do her. Let's see, higher. Got it. Okay. Alright, and sorry. An old debt. A notification from Joanna arrived on your HIHM in the morning. She briefly outlined the situation. Back when she was assistant of the previous CEO, a certain top manager owed her a large sum. The top manager no longer works for Virtual Dreams, but the debt remained. Now that the manager has been decided to repay it, and Joanna, knowing the company's current situation, this money would be more needed in Virtual Dreams accounts. You were to put mildly surprised by the altruism. You've noticed that Joanna acts as if money is no object, something you can't always force out. So, deposit in the company. I'm gonna let her keep it. Oh well, indeed, the top manager might not have been thrilled, and why would they be? The fact that you didn't reach into a subordinate's pocket. Okay, so I got a bunch of loyalty, because I wouldn't do that. Ugh. The largest? God, these two are annoying. The largest Eurasian manufacturer of the Comet software and weapons wants to open a virtual testing ground with us for testing their anti-hacker programs, but simply they want their own virtual world where they will try to melt brains of intruders. Okay. It's a major corruption from either part of the world. They need to secure a blessing of either covenant, since you'll be their executioner and follow guide. They're asking you to decide which faction to preach. I'm not inferring. I don't care. I don't need loyalty by either one of them. I think they're both corrupt and I don't want to deal with them. That's probably gonna screw me over later, but that's fine. Information links. Firewall. No. God, my security is crap. Let's see. Finances. Sorry, I'm just trying to see where to go. Oh. Okay. Event density. Oh. Okay. I do need to make sure that my finances, though, are in order. Total assets. Do I have anything in the green? Nice. Oh, I'm putting all my points then. What do I got? I got 22. Am I not allowed to do that? Can I do that much? Oh, I guess I can't do too much at a time. Okay. I'm gonna end turn. Our budget is shrinking, our profit is shrinking. Okay. Jesus. Radioactive materials. An inexperienced manager. I'm actually surprised that this game is still going. I kind of expect to be like, okay, tutorial's over, but I think it just keeps going. But I think I have what? I think it said I have 10 days, right? An experienced manager recently procured equipment for several departments, proudly reporting similar cost savings and unconventional reports. However, a scandal soon erupted in the warehouse. Another manager accidentally walked past with a what? It turned out the batch was sourced from the wastelands of the former states and had a low but detectable radioactive background. The equipment isn't officially registered anywhere, and the supplies are hidden. What do we, should we purchase new equipment? Yeah. Oh, well. Financial the situation was almost perfectly. The new set of equipment is already in place, and all virtual dreams employees can breathe easily. The manager made the mistake. Is thankful fate avoided a scandal, and one of the raised alarms now enjoys special trust. The financial, however, does not share the enthusiasm. They now have to sort through the voices, pay for the second purchase. Well, it's either that or I feel like my loyalty for I'm gonna keep pissing off the finance department. Sorry. The youngest member of the board of directors decided to personally visit the virtual dream office. You were giving her a tour while she was considering answering calls and giving instructions to a million different matters. When you reach the marketing department, already near the very top floor, she has to stop. Unfortunately, I need to step away or just say, I understand. I have to an enormous amount of work. To be honest, I wasn't paying much attention to what you have going on in your virtual even before. A mistake, probably. The low burden of assets of companies and shares just fell on me like that. She snapped her fingers, and I hope that you are compensated. Don't let me down. I beg, please. You're not gonna let her down. Consequences. You squared Weber to a driveway where a personal driver was already waiting. On the way, you stopped and drank 2 cups of coffee in a row and lounging there. Finally, she said, oh yes, by the way, I don't really like it when a CEO gets too cozy with the covenant of the syndicate. Well, you know, that becomes political games, not proper company management. I agree with you. But if you ever get drawn into it, then I suppose by earning enough participation with one of the factions, you might receive some gracious aid with them. With these words, okay. So she doesn't want me to go either, but okay. Later, by the way, oh, so she gave me money. So I think she was happy with the fact that I didn't choose either or. Screw finance. Well, I think she was happy that I didn't really pick one, but she's saying that I should probably at least choose a little bit. Okay, hold on. Gritting your entered office carrying a large old-fashioned paper envelope. It was crisscrossed with a festive white and blue ribbon. At your questioning look, she immediately started explaining, barely holding back laughter. There's a special unique greeting from Alabacorb, you know, the largest corporation in South America involved in food production, including wine. Well, your press service say order a monstrous amount of wine. Okay, 200,000 bottles. Anyways, since he ordered all the company's name, doesn't have personal connection to it, and they decided to crown their most valuable client and further motivate corruption. So this is dressed to virtual dreams. Shook the envelope to you. A huge old school, so we can cash in and get nice somewhere. Let's throw a party. Cause if we throw a party, then people are happy, and we want our employees to be happy. Sure, it helps with their income, but if you make your employees happy, then they work harder. Depart with the absurd envelope. The next day, a truck arrived at doors of Virtual Dreams with a dozen branded each bottle contained in turn some bottles of expensive wine. You decided to create a spectacle Walked through the department store and informing Sprite's boys that today was a shortened work day. Everybody could spend the remainder of their time sipping on priced wine. Pizza party, yeah. Well, it's not a pizza party, it's a wine party. That's what. So not only is there's a wine party, they get to be at work drinking wine. Your employers are thrilled. Your son performance at art significantly boosts company morale, yeah. And the rest of the workday passed in a party atmosphere. The financial organized chair races. They wheeled office chairs. Security guards happily sang karaoke in the background, which someone from R&D had set up a work for. HR person clearly enjoyed the opportunity to network with new colleagues. Yeah, so they all got to talk to each other. And the marketers, they just got completely utter drunk a whole department and they were happy. And say, look how much loyalty I did. Look, that was a good idea. Look. 6 loyalty, 6. Increased. Quality increased by 25. And my budget increased by 10,000, even though I didn't pocket the money. You're invited to a dinner party held by a luxurious penthouse at the top of skyscraper. During one of the many social conversions, you got drawn into a spat between a perception. What started as a mundane discussion about road traffic and insults, now a suddenly awkward pause. Oh my god. I'm gonna remain silent. I don't care if they're upset. I don't need to make you happy. It's not my job. I really need to... Do I have nothing for total assets? Financial savings. Total assets. Can I... Oof, let's do it this way. Okay. Technical debt. Bug volume. Corporate secrets. $666. Yes. Savings. Which one was the one that was like I could just keep rising? I forgot which one it was. Was it this one? Yes. Yeah. Not found. Breaking into top 10 cryptocurrencies. Hell yeah. I like money. Fine. Let's see. And workplace hostility. Staff turnover. Lost sites. Fuck it. I don't know. Employee strict conduct code. Personal life monitoring. I'm not... no. Okay. Security. Let's see. Firewall integrity. I feel bad. Hold on. Dispatch is I don't know what to do here. Maybe do this one? Sorry, I'm trying to read all these. What's this? I don't know if that was a really great idea, but Sorry, I'm trying to see staff turnover. Outsourcing. Okay, let's intern. Our budget is shrinking, profit is shrinking. Okay. You had to work late night. Florida Legacy sent a pile of complaints, and your diligent crafting dismissive responses. So by the time you left your office, the original dream building was empty. Most corridors are open. Spaces were dark. So you walked to use the line from your comms flashlight. Suddenly, passing through R&D department, you heard a strange grinding noise. You peeked through the doorway. Voices and soft crunching sound came from the direction of the server room and prototype vault. The voices didn't belong to late working employees. Creeping into the server room, you looked inside and yeah, this game has so much reading, it's crazy. Inside the room were 4 hunters. They were unmistakable due to their composition: an obvious ex-soldier, some punk, a heavily augmented mercenary. They were in the server room, blah blah blah. It was part of vault. They began breaking into the security system. An experimental device that allows consciousness to persist in VR and the wait, what? But after the body's death. Okay. So right now you were watching as the group's hacker hunched over the computer, breached the security boomerang. You had to do something. You already passed the push button on your comm. And the security reserved the but if you saw her try to slip away quietly, the hunters would definitely manage to steal the prototype. And how did they even get it in their system? Like, negotiate with the hunters and try to outbid them. Open fire on the hunters with rifles. This will allow you to delay the hunters until the scary minds. The main thing is to not die. Alright. You are CO, not Rambo. The scarier should deal with this, even if it takes more time. Negotiate with the hunters and try to out. Any problem can be solved with money, but it's clear they cost a pretty penny. Should I negotiate or open fire? Should I be Rambo or negotiate? Not gonna lie, I kind of want to just poop. But yeah, there's a lot of reading in this game. For sure. You want me to go Rambo? Okay. The COU had access and knowledge of the hidden emergency weapons located for us. You quickly entered the code and concealed panel and retrieved the assault rifle. Taking a deep breath, you leaned out from behind the jam and opened fire. You obviously didn't hit anyone, but you startled the hunters. They dropped everything, took cover behind the servers, and returned fire. Through firefight was a generous term. You were just spraying bullets randomly into the doorway, while returned bullets drummed to the wall near you. One hit you in the shoulder. By the time the security arrived, the sound of retreating footsteps came from the server room. The others had started fleeing with the prototype. The guards gave chase, and you collapsed onto the bullet-ridden sofa. The outcome was very disheartening. The prototype was stolen, and the hunters escaped heavily under fire. 2 of them were killed, but it probably no leads to the client. Plus, the company property was damaged. Server walls, oof. Alright, well, but they appreciated the decisiveness you showed, and the band shoulder helped the image. I might have lost money, but they like me, so, alright. Why are these guys always one? Okay, so marketing and R&D. The entire corporation is in uproar. One of the top managers found missing from his workstation. Later, security cameras showed him standing on the edge of a skyscraper with the obvious intention of ending his own life. Oh no. The newcomer among the top managers was pushed to the edge after a series of public communications a company Britain had mocking the gutter pig instincts and rotten raider mentality. The support staff's psychologists report that the guy was their spy message, just standing silently on the roof. When they tried to persuade the veteran to talk to him, he snorted, pitting the weak only encouraging slackers. It turned out the manager had a history of similar incidents, but never had gone this far. So the only thing that will bring this rookie down from the roof is news that the justice was served. Convince the rookie not to make a mistake, let the veteran be the one to leave. Ignore the news. Well, I can't allow the suicide. Ooh. Oh, wow, okay. So, the decision was swift. The veteran packed his things with a word that Loki threw over his shoulder was cold and full of malice. The rookie, in contrast, challenged the better. For the first time in weeks, he participated in the casual chit-chat by the coffee machine, a place that was previously avoided due to constant harassment. The return to normal work wasn't without its awkward moments, but the overall atmosphere... Okay, so I fired someone, but the manager market gained 30 loyalty. State effect triggered... Oh, but I encouraged employees. So I have to get a new manager. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this guy. This lady. From San Francisco. Alright. Okay. One of the board directors members wanted to meet with you, and under rather strange circumstances, he invited you to the zoo. Okay. Together with him and a crowd of guards, you wandered between animal enclosures, trying to adjust to his walking speed. He moved extremely slowly, also leaning on a cane. You stopped at an empty enclosure with the sign read African Lion Extinct. He leaned at the railing and said, "Pleasure to meet you. You have many difficulties ahead, as I once did." He paused and nodded to the lion. "We used to have many of them. I saw personally. If you don't want to end up the same, you need to accept advice. By the way, do you want... Sure, I will take the advice." Before answering, he coughed heavily. His guard hastily shoved some strangely looking inhaler into the boss. He took a deep breath in the device several times. Then he threw it to the empty enclosure and continued. The device symbol. "Don't try to chase after any specific key indicator in the company. That way you'll forget about everything else. And you'll be able to deal with the problems. Switch between KPIs." He chuckled. "I'm telling you this is director. When you said goodbye, he transferred money." Okay, so he's telling me not to choose sides. Okay. So I got two people that are happy with me because I have not been choosing sides. Add pets. The marketing department comes... I'm getting money from them. So the marketing department came up with a new idea to brand pets in Core City pet stores. It's completely painless. It's just small holograph tattoos on their fur, and the pet becomes a walking actor for virtual dreams. Okay. Some parrots and crows have been trained to repeat simple phrases and average slogan. I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable. We're just going to agree with only parrots with slogans. The next week, the network with a frenzy, everyone's discussing how to stop parrots from repeating annoying slogans. Memes spread through the channels faster than he could publish official apologies. Well, so banner blindness increased by 10. Advertise anarchy. Okay, well, I still got fan basing. The money was wasted and the campaign was minimal. However, some of the audience was still delighted, especially children. Okay, so like, it doesn't do that bad. Through a random twist of fate, documents belonging to South American Agro Holding have become into position. Our company has no use for these documents. However, both... Oh. I'm not going to interfere. We simply delay the files and give neither side cause to accuse of bias, but judging from the lack of further contracts of essential, I don't care. I'm gonna stay neutral. Neutral is better than... Okay, what is happening here, though? Fan base engagement. I really need to deal with my security, though. I think we should just start putting points into security because I shouldn't have gotten to that point where I got hurt. safeguards. Firewall integrity. Self-destructive protection fails. Yeah. Finances. Oh, let's keep going this. I think I remember I could sell. Are you sure you want to sell all remaining AP church and yeah. Enter. Wait, I have unread things. I don't, do I? No, I did all of them. Yeah. Oh, I actually, okay, so my budget is shrinking. Okay, nice. Nobody's celebrating. I actually have profit. Alright, I want to see what these guys think of me. Nice. Nothing. Dope. I think, okay. This morning during a video call with one of our investors, an old but curious fact surfaced. Was once offered leadership of her streams. This was before your appointment. Back then, the board of directors saw her as safe and reliable choice. However, Joe refused, citing an unwillingness to deal with foolishness around the clock. When you asked her directly, she smirked, "Boss, you are much more suited for the role." She leaned in and considered, "Would you prefer to be the puppeteer and pull the strings in secret?" That was a joke. Of course, a joke, right? I don't want to investigate her because I feel like that's gonna bite me in the ass. You choose not to assign snippets, however, over the next week you overheard snippets of coach top management to the top, apparently the rumors that spread beyond. Oh shit. I lost loyalty. Well, I still don't think it's appropriate though to look into her, because I feel like that would really fuck me over in the long run because she's my trusted advisor. Why do people keep fighting? An experienced manager insists that borrowing a team from a neighboring division would accelerate the current project. Oh god, this sounds like when I used to work. Alright, hold on. Division wanted committed the current progress, claiming his own department will otherwise take much longer. The problem is that these employees are directly swamped with tasks. The manager states outright landing them out will cause them to miss their own deadlines, and said no one should be transferred, saying yes to one manager seems okay. Forbid the first. Yeah, no. What about poaching the less busy employees? No. I think forbid. First department, despite their efforts, failed to gain any real traction. The manager walks around gloomy and then a storm as if he personally sank the project. However, the second department handled their task almost perfectly. Their employees weren't distracted, didn't have to split their focus, and as well, then you should hire more people. That's not in the other people. However, the second department handled their task almost perfectly. Their employees weren't distracted, did not split their focus. As a result, they secured a company to win an important tender. The eyes of department manager is clear, gain respect rate. In his eyes, you're someone who upholds structure for strength, so someone who dismantles it for yeah, no. No, I agree. You shouldn't be doing that. Another meeting with a board member happened to be chance. On her day off, you decided to visit an elite private beach on an ocean shore, and there he was, caught up with you and come in with by a crowd of guards. Speak unusually openly with the board director, joked a lot, laughed, and your chatter ended up with forcing you to go with them at a bar. Alright, let's just the previous year was fun, just like you. He mumbled a slurred speech. Besides drinking with me, he couldn't do a damn thing. I watched him a lot, and here's what I'll tell you. Alright, what is your advice? Taking a pleasurable drag from a cigarette and looking around the empty bar. Apparently, he had read an entire evening. The director began to explain. It's all about people, you understand? Your managers can be such a capricious asshole, constantly batting one thing or another. Sick of it on their loyalty. If you see that one out of them has completely stopped respecting you, perhaps it's better to place them with a new person. Yes, he'll be less experienced, but that way that you'll make room for maneuver. Well, you understand what I mean. Yeah, he's saying to cut my losses if their loyalty goes too low. The next day you woke with a buzzing hand. You don't remember the ending of the meeting. A transfer came to your computer. Great time. Hope to meet you again. A winky face. Alright. He's telling me that I need to always pay attention to their loyalty. For example, this person's is kind of getting low. You stepped out for some air in the meeting in the terrace where Joanna found you. The Covenants have learned about our problem and an incident of the hunters stealing the prototype. I wouldn't be surprised, of course, if one of them was actually behind it. In any case, they're offering to help with the investigation. Both Coven and... Oh, I don't get a choice to the other one around. Besides, and one of the choices to help others regardless. Okay. Phil different thought. It's always that both the Coven and the City want to help you, but not a guys. But shame some future favor they're trying to pull you into. Alright, so... I probably should take the Coven's help. The reason why I say that is I think the Syndicate is what screwed me over, but I don't know. Fuck it. You contacted it, accept her offer. She assured everything would be handled perfectly and promised to share investigation part. Within a couple days, you received first read. The Coven had mobilized all of its research to find the Coven. They began pressuring small banks and listing small private investigators and hired serious vetted hackers. The death flow from this entire team was hellish. You were glad you weren't the one sifting through it. Yeah, I just feel like they have the financial means to look it up. But they also could be the ones that fucked me over. Both the Coven and Syndicate want to have a chat with the former CEO of Virtual. He has seriously angered both sides. You can actually understand them. They're asking for help in an arranged meeting to invite the former CEO in the office to hand him over one of the factions when he shows us. You are needed in the scheme because the man doesn't want to contact either of them. Generally is in the bag over the head of the trunk. Plan was it suitable? Okay, let's just support the Coven. Fuck it. Not without visible hesitation. The execute accept your invitation. You sit out coffee cups, speak a lengthy conversation with business. In the middle of your visit, just as you were starting to simmer and express your dissatisfaction with the state, he left the company in the office door. So when a traveling conversation, the Coven entered. The former CEO jumped up from the sofa and froze. A flicker of fear mixed with some rage. They left to go without word later. The Coven thanked us. Okay. I feel bad, but I had to do it. Corporate secrets. Let's do this. You need to start fighting shit. Information leaks. Okay. Safeguards. Let's see. Financial literacy, golden parachutes. Okay, got it. Apply. Total assets. Okay. Oh, I can't increase that anymore. It's fine. Savings. It's fine. It's better to dunk our savings so that way. Market insight report transparency. Okay, investment. Yeah, you know what? Seller only corporate card withdrawals are disabled. Okay, you know what? Fruitless expenditures, asset. Oh, I could. Fuck it. I didn't realize that was an option. Okay. We'll go here. Fan base engagement. Okay. And advertising anarchy. Got it. Recognitions in the slums. Fuck it. Let's do it like that. Alright. Enter. Yes. Oh. Have 5 metrics in 1 department, potentially each 100. Ashbridge is almost absent all week. Do you think it's a coincidence that there's nucleus in Chicago? Okay. False. Okay. 2 managers contact you in turn with the same accusation. Both claim that the clogs were falsifying reports. Skimmer funding, initiating expenses. But I want you to take their side and condemn the riot. That becomes quite complicated. Neither one aware that you know about their own. Okay, we're punishing them both. Fuck. Hold on. He will obviously be displeased if false reports could damage the button. I think I should punish them both. Because they both lied. Both managers are shocked when you called them out on the carpet, which is that most of it is that you knew not only the rivals' deception, but their own as well. The more their faces took at a greater hue. By the end of the dressing down, you were ready to swear that the both top managers were close to losing consciousness. Whatever those cheaters felt, you said, oh, well, I decreased my loyalty, but they try to fuck me over. I'm switching. Higher. We're getting rid of him. Damn, marketing really likes me. Alright. Okay, well. Nearly placed into the note was a dry lotus pepper, blah blah blah, but we're in the same right hand. To avoid disappointment, do not allow signature by forgetting to exert 4 times. You'll lose yourself and more. And what could, I don't know what the fuck that means, but alright, thank you for the money. Oh, okay. Called a minute over the start of the workday. The screen tripped to the colors of the coven. We appreciate your willingness to carpet with the coven. We're looking at cementing our benevolent relationship with some assistance, like Richard tell us. How could we help you? What could you got with the coven? Inside information on marketers. This will help sort of help the developers with optimization. You know what? Why not? Security. Enough is enough. You've been informed once again that the same door of the security bar is broken down, just like last time. As far as you understand, replacing is out of the question. It's some unique blah blah blah. This makes the room behind the door both secure storage coming, and then it's a massive headache. Hire professional. They will spend a little money of when they managed to somehow last time. All is a hard in the department metrics. Now we're hiring professionals. This head of security already had a trusted lock opener. He arrived within an hour, completed the job in 10 minutes, and left with a solid stack. No one in the department even paid attention to the commotion, seeing that the store is fine. Okay, so this door is literally useless. Got it. Okay. It's fine. Information links. But I don't know what to do here. Training evacuations. Once a month. Yeah. Corporate team of hunters, Canada. Basic research, background checks. No, background checks are just fine. Okay, savings crap. Setting up expenses. Okay. You know what? Let's just do this. And turn. The security service is holding drill site. Looks like they decided to play strike ball companies on the dime. Okay. Oh, okay, hold on. What's this? Budget, expenses, okay, income. Oh my god. There's so many things my brain can't handle. Securing a grade rating. The budget has fallen into the red, and with that alone, we won't be able to meet our obligation to employees and suppliers. Your corporation acting as a central bank for all dollar users with assigned us a credit rating A is willing to help us pay off debts through credit. However, this introduces new expense, interest on the loan. We can only stop paying it once we're out of the red. This helps endure difficult times. Some top managers are displeased. They believe we've actually driven the company to the state. we're gonna have to pay the bonuses. So anyone in this situation might not be ideal. Wise situation, but at least the top manager's anger turned into favor. Maybe they understand your actions are reckless, but it's hard to stay mad when a thick wad of cash is in their pockets. God. One of your managers showed initiative. He hired hunters to really infiltrate secure virtual dreams, block and steal secrets from more than one of your own departments. The clearance system wouldn't let him in, so he decided he would impress you by results if he acquired them. For his colleague, he's already fudging the timelines in his reports and preparing the presentation. Unfortunately, by chance, one of the hunter agents was also working for another team and let's hypothetical job. The average moved a day before they attempt to breach the secure sector. The manager ordered the operation is clueless. This might cause some hardship, but they will soon increase the manager's way to requirement and force him to cancel the hunters. And without telling the manager, shrink the department's security. When the hunters appeared in the corridor, security performed flawlessly, silently, quickly, and without even a necessary noise. The threat was neutralized before anyone could realize something was happening. The manager who cooked up this whole scheme was standing with you in the security room, so when he saw the cameras footage, he froze. He understood that you knew that you had a plan. Since then, he hasn't taken a single initiative without prior approval, and the manager of the department could have been evaded. Is very grateful to you. Nice. Okay, well. Today, one of the board of directors members, Ash Bates, invited to his place. He scheduled the meeting in the laboratory of his own corporation, which deals. Okay. After this round, I think I'm done. Because there's a lot of reading. I wasn't expecting to read this much. Today, one of the board of directors, Ash Bates, invited you to his place. He scheduled the meeting in the laboratory, his own corporation, which deals with anti-radiation means. You converted well, blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna say that I am reliable. Don't think it's not a threat. I'm just saying that you should be careful. Oh, okay. Well, it gave me money. That's all I care about. The benefactor. The top HR manager knocked on your door. Entering, he began his report. Looking puzzled after this, the employees were returning from a nearby cave. A huge box the guy used for something like a refrigerator was found in the entrance of Virtual Dream Skyscraper. Security was called, but no bombs disposal was needed. It was money. On top of the, fortunately, a yellow sticky note with words, the benefactor, in a heart. No one, including Joanna, knows who could have sent such a gift. The cameras at the entrance were offline at the moment, and a strange twist of fate. There was no. I'm gonna destroy the gift. Oh my god. But the problem is my financier will be mad. I'll accept the gift. The crate of money was emptied. The financiers, though perplexed, said a big thank you for the sudden influx of funds and no consequences. I don't know. This probably was a bad idea, but alright. I think I'm gonna end here. How long? Alright, yeah. I'm gonna end here. The reason why I say that is because there's a lot of talking, and my brain is going to mush. I wasn't expecting to talk that much, if I'm gonna be really honest. It's a lot of talking. I do think that this, like, the premise of this game is pretty fun, like, turn-based wise. However, I do feel like there's a lot of reading. There's so much reading. I'm sure that there's people that this fits the niche for. I don't think I'm that person. I do think this is kind of something that they probably should have had maybe voice actors for. Or maybe just lower the amount of writing. I mean, it's very detailed and stuff, don't get me wrong. It's just I feel like my brain is not functioning enough to read this much. Again, I'm pretty sure there is definitely a person for this type. I feel like people who are related to voice acting would really like this game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they like making voices for certain people. I am not that person. I feel bad. I feel like I'm sure there is someone who could probably do like specific voices and like make it kind of like a story based blah, blah, like like game and make it really interactive. Um, but again, I'm not that person. I feel like it's like a game that wasn't really meant for me. There's a lot of words and numbers, and my brain stopped working. I feel like the dial-up noises start happening when there's like so many numbers, and then I had to think ahead of time what's gonna end up being beneficial. Again, I'm not downplaying this game. I think that it's definitely meant for specific people. There's a few people that I know that really like to uh do different voices and stuff. They're very like, I'm sure if they did like, like each like investor had their own money and stuff, like I'm sure they could make it fun. You know what I mean? But I am not that person. I'm the type of person who likes more like fast-paced games. I don't mind turn-based games, don't get me wrong. Like, cuz I like Civilization, stuff like that. But that's also like fighting and stuff, uh something like this that inquires me to have to like think outside the box with like having to talk the whole time. My mouth hurts, so it's not happy right now. uh I almost feel like this is definitely a type of game that would probably take longer, if that makes sense. I don't know if you get what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like this is definitely a game that should be more thoroughly like used. I would definitely suggest, if they don't want to have their own voice acting, to, yeah, let me drink something, to find people. I guess my suggestion for this game is, when they look for potential people to stream it, to find people who are really into voice acting and have like different voices and stuff like that. That's just my 2 cents in the matter. It kind of reminds me of Plague Inc. a lot, though. I don't really think, I don't know, if streaming isn't what they care about and they just want you to play the game, then yeah, like, it's like Plague Inc. It's like a game that you could play on the side, you know what I mean? And just kind of, what is your outcome? I think that I was trying to make it happen too fast because I want to know if there was an outcome. But again, I think it's more like a game like Plague Inc. that you should be very slow paced and take your time and think about it, you know? It's kind of like chess in a way, but streaming wise, for me, as someone who isn't gonna come up with different voices and stuff, I don't really see this as a game that I would at least stream. Maybe I would play on my own time, but not really a streaming kind of game, if that makes sense. Alright. I am going to end stream here, though. I tried to play 3 games. Second game didn't work. Hopefully, Keymailer can get back to me about... I told them that if they could possibly just take the game off of my list, and I uninstalled it. So, it was a demo anyway, the second game. It just wasn't picking up on my OBS or something. Tomorrow, I might not actually stream. I don't know, because I kind of caught up with a bunch of my Keymailer games. I'll have to see about it, because the next game that I was gonna play, I need to make a thumbnail over it. So the next game would be Ale and Tavern. That would be the next game, because that's the one that has the shortest deadline. Well, I have 13 days left of it, so I could just play it next week. But yeah, that's the next game I would be playing, and then my brain stopped working. And then yeah, and then I would go back to, what I have left that has more days. But yeah, I hope it went well the next time. Yeah. I know that the Ale and Tail Tavern will work on OBS, because I've seen people play it, like stream it. So I see that one working personally, only because I've seen other people play it. But yeah, so if I don't play Ale and Tail Tavern tomorrow, I will make sure to play it next week at least. Because again, I have to make a thumbnail and everything for that game. Okay, I'm going to hop out of stream. I hope you guys have I guess good morning, good night, and I'll see you next time. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you on Twitch on Friday. Okay, bye. Bye 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 bye.